I thought that I knew what discipline was. Like everybody else, I had consumed the social media productivity guru content, the hustle edits, the no excuses mindsets, the morning routines. When I finally decided that I would actually spend time chasing my dreams, I thought that that's exactly what I was in for. I am so glad that that turned out to be bullshit. For 200 days, I had been shipping products, coding, and grinding on my 9-to-5 job, all while creating content on the side, so that I can fulfill a dream of becoming a self-sustaining solo entrepreneur by the age of 25. I've been doing this all with more consistency and focused efforts than I've ever had. I had realized something. I was very, very wrong about what discipline and consistency actually look like. And what I found the truth to be in its stead was even more powerful than I had really ever imagined. But hey, I'm not here to pretend like I got it figured out, like I've cracked the code of productivity or anything like that. I literally haven't even reached my goal yet. I'm simply here to start a conversation about how we've been portraying consistency and discipline, where I think it's gone wrong, and what I think we can actually do about it. In this video, I'm going to present a theory to you about what consistency and discipline actually look like. Because if you clicked on this video, the chances are you've probably got a dream that you want to chase too. So what should consistency and discipline actually look like? Let's talk about it.
If I'm so boring, then what you doing? Why you with me?
Been away for too long. I know exactly what's going on. I'm trying to treat you right, pushing me to the side.
I know you've heard these things a million different times before. The thing is, there is a reason for it. After all, you can't achieve your goal if you never work towards your goal. And sometimes in order to work towards the goal, you do just gotta lock in. But here's the thing. When people say things like this, I think that they're mistaking the result of discipline for discipline itself. If you stick around for a little bit, I've got an example that can help illustrate my point and what I mean. Let me take you on for a walk.
Goals and expectations for myself, and I put a lot of pressure on myself, but I really learned to...
You know that I'll never leave as long as you're with me.
Let's say you had a very simple goal of writing a children's book. Let's say you felt like your childhood did not have a lot of cultural representation for your own culture, and you wanted the kids that are kind of like you to not have to deal with that. I don't know, just work with me for a second. This goal of writing a children's book would be very intrinsically important to you, yes? And so, because of it, you get pumped, you get hyped, you really want to do the thing. You're consistent for a couple of weeks, you spend the nights after your 9-to-5 grinding on this one, but of course, after a while, your work is not as inspired as it used to be. You start to feel bad about the fact that you're simply not really reaching the goal that you wanted to reach. You happen to come across one of those David Goggins videos that are just telling to grind. Let's say you get motivated again and you're like, okay, I'm going to do this even if I don't feel like it. You do for like a total of 4 days. Then you start to fall off again. But this time, you fall off hard. All the doubts start to creep in. You're like, dang, am I really made for this? Can I really do this? Why can't I just do the thing? Is this actually gonna be the end? Okay, yeah, it's kind of a dramatic example, but like, hey, just hear me out first. You catch yourself mid-spiral, and you're like, okay, slow down for a second. This goal is still very, very important to me, so I'm going to do what it takes to achieve it. Let's say you resolve to call your little sister every week, because that's daily reminder of why you decided to go on this journey in the first place. You think that's going to help you keep motivated, and it does. The weeks go by, the months go by, you're able to stay consistent with your newfound ideology. Everybody's happy, you're happy, you have now achieved your goal. It's a great story, and it's a reminder of what perseverance is looking like, right? Well, I'd like to ask you a simple question though. In this case, were you actually disciplined? If we're talking about the traditional definition of discipline, I mean, maybe not. You're not able to push past your feeling to accomplish something that you felt like you needed to accomplish. But at the same time, you did what you set out to do. You achieved your goal, no? And at that point, it's kind of hard to say that you don't have discipline, knowing the fact that you were actually able to achieve what you wanted to achieve. Is discipline a factor? Is it not? Is it something different than what we're actually talking about? I have these same exact questions because I am very much like the person in this story. I would not consider myself a naturally disciplined person. I trying to do things that I do not want to do kind of is up for me, even if I know that it is adhering to my goal. But at the same time, I really wanted to achieve my goal, or at least work towards it. It was an existential thing for me, not just something that I really wanted to do. I did what I had to figure out how I can introduce discipline in my life and make it work for me. I have a formula that would help illustrate exactly what I mean here.
These niggas talking out of their necks. Don't put no coffin out of your mouth. I'm way too paranoid for a threat. Ay, let's get it, bro. BOT, the money, power, respect. The last one is better. Say there's a lot of goofies with a check. I mean,
And when I say formula, I actually do mean formula. As a software engineer, I tend to think about things a little bit mathematically. If that's not your vibe, do not worry. Alright, this is not crazy, complicated formula. The formula for discipline is tactics divided by failure. That's it. That'll be a crazy cliffhanger. I know you're probably thinking like, what the hell does that actually mean? The reason why this looks kind of weird is because you're not actually supposed to solve for discipline. You're supposed to solve for tactics here. Let me show you what I mean. Tactics is simply discipline times failure. I'm gonna apply it to the children's book example that I was talking about earlier. In the face of failure, what did you do? You did not stop. You used discipline to then create the tactic of calling sister every week to help motivate yourself to actually get this goal pushing forward. I believe that is actually the core of discipline. Now that we understand the relationship between discipline, tactics, and failure, let's start talking about one of the important insights that we can draw from this. The fact that discipline cannot exist without failure. You can probably understand this intrinsically, but let's see if we can actually understand this using our formula too. The best way to do this is to go back to the original way that I was defining discipline. Consider this formula if we have the divisor, this case failure, equal to 0. In this case, you are dividing by 0, and we already know that in mathematics that doesn't really make sense, right? Discipline cannot exist without failure. Now, why am I saying this over and over again? It's because this is the one thing that's really altered my brain chemistry when it came to how to actually employ discipline in my own life. Because I feel like I personally have been led to believe that discipline is the insurance against failure. Like, if you had failed, it means that you had a lack of discipline. If you did not do what you were supposed to do, if you could not push yourself to do what was necessary, it was because you had a lack of discipline. Now, I'm just curious, does that definition of discipline sound familiar to you? Was it a parent or a teacher or somebody else in your life that's told you that you are failing because you could not simply lock in and do the thing that you needed to do? I'm here to say that it might not be that simple. Hey, hello. How's it going, man?
We believe in you.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. America. US.
America.
US.
You vlog or what?
Sort of. Yes. I'm also building software. Oh, sorry?
Do we appear in?
Oh, yeah, sure. If you want to come. Here, I'll do this. I'll come in the back. Hey.
I'm actually grow up too.
Oh, yeah?
I'm new like streamer.
I believe in this man.
Thank you
And I
very
believe
much.
he will be more than
I'll be
I'll be
Oh, well, imagine.
I will be your 12th subscriber.
Perfect. I appreciate that. Thank
Don't
you so
forget
much.
me.
I will not forget. What's your name?
Mohammed.
Mohammed?
Yes.
Nice to meet you, Mohammed.
Hamza.
Hamza? Nice to meet you. Moaz? Nice, I'm Sam.
Nice to meet you, bro.
Yes.
Good
Have
luck.
a great day. Thank you. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Hey, that's hilarious. I also want to make sure that y'all understand that traditional definition of discipline is not in and of itself bad. All I'm saying is that it is not the full story. Sometimes it is the tactic that will be the most effective in a certain situation. What I'm saying is that situation is up for you to find. The reason why I'm calling it blind discipline is because more often than not, people do it blindly, assuming that in and of itself is the key to unlocking success in this life. It is not. Use it as a tool. Deploy it when necessary, but do not be under the illusion that type of discipline will get you as far as you can. Well, they'll probably get you is burnt out, for being real.
got this shot. It's alright, feel like I'm on. Love Hello Kitty stuff on my iPhone.
For the majority of this video, I've been talking to you about theories regarding discipline. Before we end here, I'd like to at least give you some practical knowledge that you can use to apply these new formulas for discipline into your own life. These are things that I learned while implementing this formula, and I'd like to share them with you and see if implementing it in your own life can help you achieve the goals that you want to achieve. Firstly, establish a single point of failure for your habits. It sounds a bit counterintuitive until you realize that a single point of failure means that there's only really one thing that needs to go right in order for everything to go right. That also obviously means that if one thing goes wrong, everything can go wrong. If you're like me and you have a lot of different things that you want to be doing consistently, this might be a very helpful tactic for you because it can enable you to treat multiple things and getting started on multiple things as if it's actually just one thing. The second one is to use consistency not necessarily as a metric for getting things done, but more so as a way to train your mind to observe opportunity. It's another weird one, but I promise it works. Consistency doesn't have to be about doing things over and over and over again. It doesn't actually have to be about the action that you take. Consistency can quite literally just mean making sure that there's a tab open in your brain for whichever thing that you want to be consistent about. So it's not that you have to do the thing every day, but at least let your brain be thinking about things in the particular goal that you want to achieve every day. The reason why this works is because if you keep that tab open in your minds, if you let your minds wander, you can find that your mind will open itself to random opportunities and ideas and things in regards to anything that you're keeping a mental tab open for, just naturally, because your brain is good at that. What can I say? Like, dang, human beings actually got that shit for real. It's kind of nice. My third tip to you is, if you don't want to do it, just don't do it. Seriously, just don't do it. What I'm talking about right now is the things that you think will make you productive. If you're the type of person that just hates time boxing, don't do it. If you're the type of person who feels a type of way about keeping tasks in some type of task list or anything like that, just don't do it. You don't actually have to force yourself to use productivity tools in order to be productive. What I'm trying to say is that you have the ability to trust your mind and body to let you know when you are ready for a particular tactic. If something truly will be the next unlock for your productivity, you can trust yourself that you will find your way back to it.
De tu maldad, la que no siento ya.
Turkey's been an amazing experience so far. Honestly, I had so much fun here. It was good to travel. I really needed that vacation too. Yeah, honestly, that's all I gotta say for y'all. Hope that y'all learned a lot in this video. If you did, I'd appreciate if you are able to like and subscribe so that can be good feedback for me and tell the platform, YouTube, that we really out here for real. The upcoming videos will be going back to my regularly scheduled programming, working on products, grinding it out. If you're into that, tune in. I shall see y'all next time. Have a very, very good time.
In my brand new whip, baby, give me in the stove. If I'm gone, don't trip, baby, bring it back strong.